Hey everyone, Gobotch here, back today with a brand new video here for Madden 21 Next Gen here on the Xbox Series X. And today we're going to have something a little bit different here on the channel, as we're staying in franchise mode, but we are doing a career simulation, a what if you will, for Dak Prescott. We are basically right now with the real life, we did the real life rosters, we simulated to the point, and again we're using the real life, everything's all the same. So again, you see there's the division. The Cowboys are at 4-9. If we look down at our injury report and all, we see all the tons and tons of injuries that the Cowboys have sustained. So we're using the real life rosters and all. But what our plan is here today is we are not controlling any aspect of the organization. We are simply here to click simulate, and we're going to follow the career, the remaining of career for Dak Prescott. We're going to see, will the Cowboys re-sign him? If not, which team will Dak end up going to? Which team will he end his career with? And what type of season will he have coming back from this horrific injury? And what type of career will Dak Prescott have? And where will he finish up all time? Will he be a Hall of Famer? Will he be one of the best of all time? We'll have to see, but that's what today's video is all about. If you want to see more of these types of career simulation videos here on Madden 21 or on 2K, make sure to comment down below and let me know, who do you want me to do a career sim for next? Is it Luka Doncic? Is it CeeDee Lamb? Is it Justin Jefferson? Who is it? Who do you want me to do a career sim for next in another video? And stay tuned for more of these types of videos here with our regular franchise videos for the Cowboys and the Tennessee Titans fantasy draft. Stay tuned for those as well, continuing on. But if you enjoyed, and as always, support the video, hit the thumbs up, leave your ideas down below in the comments. Feel free to join here in the Gobotch family, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss a single video, as we're on the road to 20,000 subs. Without further ado, let's go ahead and simulate to the playoffs. And again, we know no Dak Prescott to worry about here for the rest of this regular season. The big question is going to be, will the Cowboys bring him back? That's the big question. Will the Cowboys sign Dak to a deal of any sort? So that's kind of what we're trying to figure out. So looking at the yearly awards, looks like Kyler Murray's getting the MVP award. Mahomes will be the runner-up there, which is interesting to say the least. Who's getting Rookie of the Year honors out here? NFC. Okay, Rookie of the Year is Antonio Gibson. Defensive is Chase Young. So the Washington football team takes both of those. And for the AFC, Justin Herbert and Patrick Queen. Okay, very nice, very interesting. So again, Super Bowl, if this game has anything to say about it, they're saying it's the Browns versus the Saints, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go ahead and simulate to see who wins that Super Bowl game there. And it's apparently the Saints, 24-20 over the Browns. If that's Super Bowl, that'd be pretty interesting. We're looking at some upgrades there. So yes, now we will simulate past all the free agency stuff. We're going to see which team will Dak Prescott end up on. So let's look at that here in just a sec. All right, so we're going to free agency cap here, and we're looking, and you see right there the league signings here. Okay, the top players, Galladay with Schuster, but where is Dak? Did Dak go anywhere at all? And it looks like he stayed home. Dak Prescott, yeah, they've locked him up for over 6 years. That's what it says right there. So the Cowboys have had, they got Dak locked in for some time to come. So now we will, we're just gonna go through the draft and everything. We'll simulate past it because I don't do the draft, and then we'll get ready for season, the next season here with Dak, the returning from the injury for Dak Prescott, and we'll see what type of season he has. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here for week 1. It's the next season. So this is Dak Prescott. He's back. He's 87 overall coming off of this injury. Again, a horrific injury he had. We're looking at all of his stuff there, throw power and all. They're saying he's the number 7 ranked quarterback currently in the league. We're going to see how he progresses. Again, right now, he's still progressing. There's no regression happening. And if you want to look at his stats and everything, I mean, he had what was going to be his career season. I mean, he left with over 1,800 yards passing, 9 touchdowns, 4 picks before the injury took place. He was looking like he was going to have a tremendous, insane season before the injury did take place. So yeah, now we're looking here at the Cowboys. You see their lineup. You see what they have on offense. He still has the same weapons to go to. Defensively, some new faces a little bit out there. Not too many new faces overall. Pretty much the same team, minus we have Gifford and Gardeck out there at linebacker. But let's go ahead and simulate. We're going to go through and simulate the season, and we'll see how Dak recovered in this return from the injury season. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so in Dak's return year, the Cowboys went 10-6, second in the division behind Washington, and they made it as a wild card team in the postseason. As you see, there was the standings. The Buccaneers were the #1 seed, amazingly. But we're gonna go ahead now, and we're gonna quickly show you the stats that Dak had in his return season here. Dak Prescott, almost 4,000 yards passing, 30 touchdowns, 9 interceptions with a 63% completion percentage, sacked 29 times, which is nothing to go home about there for him. Running the ball, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns rushing. Let's put this in perspective here for Dak, looking at his stats year to year. So again, basing off his last full year, which was 2019, he was about 1,000 yards under where that number was. He was back at 2018 numbers here. The touchdown numbers were consistent with where he was in 2019, 30 touchdowns, less interceptions overall, but that sack number was, you know, still, it was under 30, but we'd like to keep that a little bit lower if we can. But overall, decent numbers. The passing rating was lower than he was normally. But a solid year in returning from that injury. I think it qualifies him to, you know, he brought the team to the postseason, but it wasn't like MVP type numbers out of Dak right there for him. So unfortunate to see that overall. Looking at the awards for the yearly awards here, Patrick Mahomes wins another MVP. 10-6 season out there for them. Coach of the Year, Anthony Lynn out there for the Chargers. Solid season there overall. Now, let's look at the postseason. As you see, the Super Bowl matchup is the Bucks versus the Browns. The Browns, again, back in the postseason. So you look here, y'all. The Cowboys were outed in the first round of the wild card against Seattle. 21-18 Cowboys lost. Washington would go on to the NFC Championship where they were defeated by the Bucks. And now the Bucks taking on the Browns, where we will see what all takes place there. But Dak, again, a solid season overall from him, and in the return from that injury, he's locked into that big six-year contract overall as the Buccaneers win a Super Bowl with Tom Brady there, and they are now they're keeping the regime going there, 35-14. So we're going to go ahead and get through this offseason and get ready for another simulated season here for Dak Prescott. All right, we're back here again for now this next season. This is the 2022 season. So looking at the Cowboys overall, a solid team. They're 81 overall on offense. Defensively, rolling in at 81 overall as well. So looking at the offense here, Dak still has the same targets, except Amari Cooper's out with an injury apparently. It looks like there's no more Michael Gallup. I guess Gallup is gone from Dallas. Offensive line is much the same overall. Jarwin's still out there defensively for the Cowboys. Got some new faces. We got a rookie right here. A lot younger overall. So we'll see how this Cowboy team does. Hopefully the O-line will be able to protect Dak. Let's go ahead and get through the sim of the season. All right, so after this 2022 season, it was a disappointing year. The Cowboys will miss out on the postseason at 8-8 in a division that wasn't very good. Washington again wins the division at 9-7. Cowboys miss out, but let's go look at Dak Prescott's numbers now, y'all, as he had another just a kind of a stale year here. Looking at his numbers just from that glance there. So again, another regression, another bad year overall for Dak. 3,600 yards passing, 23 touchdowns to 10 picks, sacked a less amount of times, 25 times. The completion percentage overall higher than it was last year, but not the numbers we want to see out of Dak Prescott. As far as his rushing numbers, about the consistent same Dak numbers he always does. 3 touchdowns on the ground as well. So again, not a great year for Dak. We're going to see how that keeps him going on. You know, looking at his ratings and everything, he's the number 8th passer quarterback now in the league. He's dropped from 7th from when we started this video. Now he's 8th. He's dropped once in that list. Progression wise, he's still got upgrading. The morale is down a little bit, but he's still growing as a quarterback. Now 89 overall. We'll see how he'll do now in the next season here, the 2023 year. And in a major surprise, Washington in 2022 beats the Bills 41-38 in Super Bowl 57, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go through the free agency. Let's get ready for 2023 and Dak Prescott's career. Can he get that career going, or will he continue to flounder out here in Dallas? All right, so looking at the team for the Cowboys, 83 overall here on offense. We still have Zeke, Coop, Lamb. Dak now 89 overall still. Same offensive line with Dickerson and Dre out here. Not a very good guard and center situation we're dealing with here in Dallas. As you can see, defensively, much is the same. We got a superstar player here in Long on the right outside backer, which is a huge get. as again Van Der Esch is gone off the team as well. So we'll see how this Cowboy team can perform. They've been down the last couple of years. Can they get going? Can Dak have a big comeback year here in 2023, lead these Cowboys to the Super Bowl? We'll see. All right, y'all, another year down. 2023 comes and goes, and the Cowboys miss out yet again for the postseason. 7-9 as the Eagles come back in roaring fashion. 12-4 year. That does them some due diligence. So let's look at Dak's season to see how he did. 28th in the yards passing this year, 14th in touchdowns. Not the numbers we're wanting to see out of there from our star quarterback that we signed to a 6-year deal. He's superstar ability, of course, 90 overall. He's now seventh in the league. But looking at his stats, y'all, continuing to get worse off of that injury. Came out, threw for 1,000 yards less than he did in 2019. 2022, even worse. Now here in 2023, 3,400 yards passing. The passing rating was terrific, the best he's had in his career since his rookie season in terms of passer rating. 30 touchdowns to 6 picks is a big part of that, but unfortunately the yards passing there not the greatest. We'll see how he did rushing wise here. No touchdowns on the ground, the most attempts he's had since 2019, but nothing going there for him. So again, Dak, a down year for the team. The Cowboys just couldn't get it going. They're the 13th offense this season in terms of yards, 7th in defense. So again, a top 10 defense. The offense was the letdown, it looks like. 15th in points scored, which is the middle of the pack in the league. Defensively, 12th. So Cowboys not getting it going. Let's simulate to see who wins the Super Bowl here in 2023. So in 2023, the Browns keep their hot streak going as they beat the Bears 45-20 in the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. It was a blowout victory there for their quarterback, Jamie Newman, out of Georgia. Again, Baker Mayfield's gone. He's out of there. He's still doing it out here with Nick Chubb, throwing it out there to Austin Hooper, Tony from Florida, Chubb. Allen Robinson was another good receiver there. So very interesting there. The Browns keep the good football rolling as the Cowboys continue to struggle, as Dak Prescott's career is slowly stooping lower and lower as we now head to 2024. Dak now coming in, he's getting to the prime of his career. Can he get it going, or will Dallas have to make a move? We'll see. Let's get into the next season for Dak Prescott's career here. All right, so we're here for 2024 season. Mike McCarthy is still the man in charge here in Dallas as the Cowboys are 83 overall. 88 on offense, 79 on defense. Not a great number of what we want to see there, but looking at the team, Dak has now dropped from 90 to 89 overall. Still has the same pieces to throw to out here. Offensive line definitely has changed, as I guess Tyron Smith, I guess he retired, because now you got Cosme, Dre, Dickerson, Zach Martin, Lel Collins, and then a stud tight end out here. We got Kinley. Now defensively for the Cowboys, they're still out there with the same, much of the same. Long regressed from a superstar to now a star player. And Lawrence has lost his superstar X Factor ability as well. So the Cowboys, a struggling team, haven't made the postseason since the 2022 season. They missed out 2 years in a row. Can Dak get it going here? It's a big year for Dak as we look at his contract, y'all. I want to make mind to this because we need to know exactly what we're dealing with here. So for Dak, looking at the contract and everything situation here for him, he's got 2 years remaining. It was a 6-year deal he signed. 2 years remaining on this contract. He needs to have a really big year this year, next year. That way, maybe he can get another big contract. How old is he now? He's 31 years old. He's had 8 years of experience. He lost a year to the injury. His best football is probably behind him now. So we're going to follow this, see how far he can go. Can he lead the Cowboys to the promised land, to the Super Bowl that keeps eluding them? Ladies and gentlemen, your Dallas Cowboys are in the postseason finally. 10-6, they win the NFC East, ladies and gents. They'll be in a wild card matchup against the Detroit Lions in 2024. And Dak Prescott, 25th in the league in passing, 8th in touchdowns, 30th in passer rating. Again, not numbers we'd like to see typically, but looking at his stats and everything here, Dak Prescott, again, passer rating down a little bit from last year, but still relatively pretty well. 3,500 yards passing, just round up, let's give him 3,600. 33 touchdowns, which is the most in his career, the highest amount of touchdowns he's ever thrown. Also, the tied for the highest amount of picks he's ever thrown in his career. Sacked 36 times, which is not a great number to see, and the passer percentage for completion down from where it's been prior. Now, he did go ahead and get a rushing touchdown, adding on to that in his career there, but Dak not having quite the career he won. I mean, looking at his career, 2016, he got the Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's had 2 Pro Bowl appearances, but that's all he's amounted to so far in his career. It's not been winning once. with 2 years remaining, but he led Dallas back to the Super Bowl. That's the big thing here. He's led Dallas back into this, not Super Bowl, but the playoffs. Can he lead this team to a Super Bowl? Let's find out. And unfortunately, ladies and gents, that's not the case. The Lions went ahead and beat the Cowboys in the wild card matchup and now walk their way into the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, the #1 seed. The Cowboys got beat 35-28 in that matchup. So we're going to simulate Super Bowl 59, see who wins it. And the Chiefs win another Super Bowl here. Their 31-27 victory over the Detroit Lions gives them the way there, as Super Bowl 59 is for the Chiefs. We're going to head into Super Bowl 60, on the road to Super Bowl 60. Would be nice for the Cowboys to get around that. It's Dak's last year on this contract, getting ready to come up. Can he have one of the best years in his career? Towards the twilight of his career now. He's heading into 32 years old. Don't have that much time left. What does he have left in the tank? All right, the Cowboys, 84 overall. It's better than they've been in the prior years, past couple of years. Dak Prescott still the starting quarterback here. You see the pieces around. Same pieces overall with Coop, Lamb, Zeke. We got some help there. We got Kyle Pitts from Florida out here running at tight end for us. That's very interesting. But Dak's still 89 overall. He's a 9-year pro heading into his 10th season here. This is a contract year for Dak. Again, looking at his ratings and progression and all, he is starting to regress. Super Bowl week, he regressed in a couple of key skill areas. Keeping an eye on that again with that age going up in the 30s now. He's now the 9th rated quarterback in the NFL. And he's on a contract year. As we saw here with the contract, 1 year remaining. This is a contract year for Dak. This is the year for him, kind of like a Cam Newton situation where you want to have a huge year. That way you can get another huge paycheck and maybe elongate your career to make a second run, maybe somewhere else. So 2025, is this Dak's year? Is this the Cowboys year? Finally, we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, 2025 was a big year for Cowboys fans. 11-5 season. They win the NFC East for the second year in a row. They will have a playoff game in the wild card. Fortunately, didn't get a first round bye, but a wild card against the division rival New York Football Giants. So looking at Dak, 27th in yards passing, 18th in touchdowns. Not exactly where I'd like him to be overall, but let's look at his stats here. Again, that 89 overall rating there, not exactly what I want, but the passer rating again ties his best he's had since his rookie year. Again, he's at 103, 3,400 yards passing, 29 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, sacked 25 times. That's pretty clean overall football. It's not, MVP numbers, but the best rushing numbers he's had, I think, since 2020 or 2019. So finding a little bit of youth here is Dak at 32 years old with his last season as a Cowboy potentially. Let's see, as we will simulate through the postseason, can the Cowboys, in Dak's maybe last year here at the Dallas football team, can they make it to the Super Bowl? And if so, can they win it? And unfortunately, the Cowboys don't get it done. They win the opening round 38-17 against the Giants. They go all the way and they defeat the Saints in the divisional round 35-27. They go to the NFC Championship against the #1 seed Vikings. They drop one there. And here is your Super Bowl matchup. It's the 4 seed out of the East, out of the AFC, with the Titans versus the Vikings there. Let's see who's going to be crowned champions here in the NFL. And Super Bowl 60. Super Bowl 60 goes to the Vikings, 21-17. Let's look at that. I want to see who was the quarterback leading this Viking football team out here. So you had Jalen Hurts left Philly in the Super Bowl against Howie Finn, the 3rd-year pro out of Oregon. Interesting numbers there. Interesting to see Dalvin Cook still out there doing his thing against Derrick Henry. Very nice to see. But the Cowboys, again, make it to an NFC Championship game. Finally. Just too long away. 6 years into McCarthy's tenure here at Dallas. But will Dak stay? Will he sign another contract here? Or will he be moving on to a new team? Let's find out. All right, moment of truth. Starting the next season, is Dak still the quarterback for the Cowboys? He is at 87 overall. He's dropped a little bit here, but he's 87 overall. That's now the 11th ranked quarterback in the league. Now, again, 33 years old. He's got 10 years under his belt. Let's look at the contract he got. What type of contract did he get? He got a 1-year deal. A 1-year deal? Really? Interesting. So they didn't want to lock him up for much. They said, hey, you got us to the NFC Championship. Let's see if you can do it again. CeeDee Lamb has now jumped to the #1 receiver, 95 overall. Very nice to see. You got Pitts doing his thing there. Zeke still a solid running back, the only superstar player we have. This defense is not what I want to see. Not a very good defense there for the Cowboys at 80 overall. But Dak, he's back. Can they lead the team back to an NFC Championship? And can we win it and go on to the Super Bowl? Let's find out. Unfortunately, 2026 does not go the Cowboys' way. An 8-8 season will finish them 3rd in the East. They miss out in the postseason as the Washington football team, 14-2. Wowza. An incredible season there for them as Dak finished 25th in yards passing, 12th in touchdowns, 27th in passer rating. Very solid numbers. I actually want to look at the NFL numbers and see who are the top quarterbacks currently in the league in 2026. Right now, Drew Lock, unbelievable, from Missouri, 4,800 yards passing, is the top quarterback in yards passing. Then you got Austin Carter, who's a rookie out of Florida. Mahomes still doing his thing. Andrew Hobson out of Miami. Jameis Winston finding some new life. Wow. Joe Burrow still doing his thing out there. Baker Mayfield with Pittsburgh. Justin Fields got drafted by the Jags. He's been doing well. Trevor Lawrence for the Jets, one of the top out there. Who's throwing the most touchdown passes? Austin Carter, the rookie out of Florida for Philly. 44 touchdowns to 13 picks. Very nice. Hobson, Locke, Lawrence doing their thing. But Dak Prescott again, a solid year, yes, but not the year that makes a quarterback elite. Again, passer rating, second highest he's ever had in his career, 3,600 yards passing, 32 touchdowns to 7 picks, very solid numbers. The sack numbers a little bit higher than what we've seen mostly. Very consistent. Here's the thing with Dak we're seeing. He hasn't had that year outside of 2019 where you're like, this guy's elite. He started to do that in this year with the injury in 2020, and then the injury happened, and since that he has not been the elite quarterback that we thought he was heading towards. He's kind of plateaued at trustworthy Dak that's going to do well for you, but not enough to bring you a Super Bowl. That's what we're seeing right now, unfortunately, here in Madden. So let's simulate through this. Let's see who wins the Super Bowl in 2026 as the Cowboys fail to make the postseason. All right, and in Super Bowl 61, the Chiefs reign supreme over the Bears, 37-18. The Bears go down, the Chiefs win. Let's get on to 2027, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what we can do now. All right, so we're here for 2027, and Dak is still the quarterback. He's now 85 overall. Again, continuing to regress in his career now, as are a lot of these Cowboys. The three-headed monster that was Dak, Zeke, and Coop, all regressing, getting older and older as we go along. Defense is pretty much everybody's new except for Awuzie, Hill, Lewis. Everybody else is pretty much new faces to us out there. An 80 overall team. Not a team that screams to me, we're going to win a Super Bowl for you, coach. But this is, again, Dak's, I believe, last year on this contract. Let's look at this real quick, I think. Unless they re-sign him to another year here. So let's look at the contract situation here for Dak. Contract, yeah, this is it. 1 year, $33.4 million. Maybe it. I mean, they get them two-year, 1-year deals in a row. 80 overall team. A team that's, I think, past their prime here. We'll see what happens. What a year. Talk about a comeback story. The Cowboys win the East at a 13-3 record. That gives them a bye for the first round of the wild card. A 13-3 record. That's the #1 seed out of the NFC. Holy moly. And how did they do it? They did it with one of the top 6 offenses and the #1 defense in the NFL. How about that? You could have not have told me that was going to happen. Wow. Stat-wise, Dak 24th in passing, 20th in touchdowns, but they did it with a defense out here. Dak Prescott, look at the numbers from the man here. Stat-wise here, he had the highest passer rating he's ever had in his career. 11 years in his 30s here, 105.2, 3,700 yards passing, the most he's had since 2021. Incredible. 28 touchdowns to 8 picks. Sacked 33 times, completion percentage up to 67%. Rushing wise, he pulled in 2 touchdowns as well. Other Cowboys, Zeke still doing solid numbers, over 1,600 yards rushing. No 1,000-yard receivers as we mixed it up across all these other various players. Who on defense is a beast out here? You got Will Pearson doing his thing. Who's the sack machine? You got Brett Groves over here. Jordan Lewis getting picks. I mean, the defense stepped up big. So the Cowboys get a first-round bye. Will this be the season for Dak and the Cowboys to finally get that Super Bowl that's eluded the Cowboy franchise since the 90s? It seems like it could be likely. Man, holy crap, we didn't make it. So the Cowboys, unfortunately, do not make it. They make it to the second round. Or of course, we got a first round bye. We got beat by the 7-seed Saints, 31-28. And the 5-seed Bucks. Who's the quarterback out here for this Bucks team now? It can't be Brady. Brady's dead, and like he's got to be old as heck. Elijah Noel, rookie from Iowa State, doing his thing. Good for the rookie, man. Going up against Mahomes in the Super Bowl. They miss out again. And Mahomes brings home another Super Bowl. Let's look to see who retired in 2027. I'm making sure there's no Cowboys on this list. Dallas Cowboys, and make sure there's no Dak. Jordan Lewis retires after 11 years. Wow. Make sure there's no other big numbers here, big names. Michael Thomas retires. Very intriguing. Man, I wonder when Dak's season will be done, when his career's over. All right, here we are. 2027, I believe, right? And no Dak Prescott. Where did he go? 2028, excuse me. We got to go find Dak now. He's gone. He's no longer on the active roster for Dallas. So he is gone. They did not re-sign him after that season. Trevor Lawrence is still out there. Lamar Jackson there. Some of these guys are still locked in with their same teams. Joe Burrow. I'm just going to go through these slowly. Trey Lance out there doing his thing. A North Dakota State guy. Wow. Tua still with the Dolphins. Dak, there he is. With the Patriots. They give him a deal here. Let's see the deal. That looks weird as heck. Dak Prescott wearing a New England Patriot uniform. He got a 1-year deal. He's getting the Cam Newton treatment out here. Dak Prescott, ladies and gentlemen, out here doing his thing with the New England Patriots. He's now dropped to an 81 overall. That's 20th ranked in the NFL now on a 1-year deal. Interesting. So, let's see what happens there with that team, huh? Holy crap. Mike McCarthy got fired out here from Dallas. So, it doesn't even let me see any of the stuff here. So, that's interesting. We have to pick a different guy here. So, the Jets get the 1 seed. Wow. Looks like for the AFC, here's your representatives. The Patriots at 10-6 make the postseason. The NFC, where did the Cowboys finish? 3-13. They went tank mode. They went full-on tank mode here, Dallas did. They get the number 1 pick in the draft, and Mike McCarthy got nixed. He's gone. And yeah, you're fired. Acknowledge. What do I do now with that? Okay, so we're going to go send the Super Bowl. First, let's see the stats here. I want to know how Dak did. How did Dak Prescott do? Out there, you know, doing his thing in the AFC East. He was the top quarterback out of the AFC. He had the best season he's had in forever. Dak Prescott, his first year out there with New England, under a new quarterback, new coach and everything, 4,700 yards passing, second and highest amount in his career. Second highest, second to only 2019. He threw 35 touchdowns, which is right now a career high, 11 picks, which is not where we want to see. He was sacked, let's go here. Let's see, he was sacked 46 times, which is not a great number there. Rushing wise, got a touchdown, but Dak Prescott having an incredible season there, and he got finally some offensive player of the weeks, which I guess he's never had any of those. Wow. 3rd Pro Bowl appearance as well, and their team is in the postseason. Can the Pats win a Super Bowl with Dak? Maybe that was a missing piece. Maybe Dak just needed to get out of Dallas. And they didn't make it very far. 40-7. They got routed by the Chiefs, who again are back in another Super Bowl against the Panthers. So we'll see what happens here, as we'll see who wins the Super Bowl. And the Wow, the Panthers win a Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. Russell Wilson, at the end of his career, 17 years in, he finally gets a Super Bowl victory over Mahomes. Very intriguing to see that there. Wow. Here we are in 2029. And is Dak still on the Pats? He is not. He's gone off the Pats team, which we just switched over to. So where is Dak? Again, he had the best year he's had in his career since 2019 with the Patriots, but they did not want him back there. So where is Dak Prescott now? Let's see. We're going to go down the line until we find him. He was still in the 80s, so he should be still maybe a viable quarterback. Baker Mayfield out there with the Giants. Wow. Where is Dak? Dak Prescott with the Titans now. He's 36 years old, 13 years into his career now. He changed numbers from 4 to 12. Maybe that's a switch up he needed. He's now the 28th ranked quarterback in the NFL at 77 overall. And let's look at the contract this man's rolling with. And he came off a huge year. He had a 1-year, $3.95 million deal. Again, unfortunately, his career hasn't amounted to any Super Bowls or any other hardware outside of the Rookie of the Year. But let's simulate the season, and we'll see if the Titans with Dak Prescott do a thing. We'll see. And as we look at the AFC, the Titans missed out at a 9-7 record. They did not make it to the postseason. The NFC, I want to look at the Cowboys. They recovered. They got back into the postseason after the terrible year they had. So let's see the numbers that Dak did. I'm not anticipating anything crazy because of how poorly they did. I mean, the 9-7 is not terrible by any stretch. He's starting over Jalen Hurts, which is interesting to say the least. 14 years into his career, again, the 28th ranked quarterback in the NFL. 2029, the worst passer rating he's ever had, 90.9. I mean, outside of 2017, but that's a year we all want to forget for the Cowboys right there. So 3,800 yards passing, 29 touchdowns, 12 picks, sacked 40 times. Okay, he's got another rushing touchdown as well. That's not terrible out there for Dak. It's just nothing to scream and go home about at all. Looking at the legacy leaderboard here, I'm wanting to see where Dak Prescott stacks up here. So right now, Dak Prescott has a 5,628 score for his legacy for the Hall of Fame. He's won 3 yearly awards, it looks like there, which I'm interested to know what those are. What did he win? What are the awards he won? He got 3 Pro Bowls, I guess. Is that what they count? Pro Bowls? Because he only won, it looks like, Rookie of the Year. Interesting. But Dak Prescott climbing that list. He has no Super Bowls. He has no championships for AFC or NFC. He's behind Baker, Hobson, Trevor Lawrence, Big Ben, who's in the Hall of Fame, as well as Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, Patrick Mahomes, who's second only to the GOAT right now, which is Tom Brady. So Dak, again, he's nearing the end of his career now. He's still climbing that leaderboard to see maybe if he could become a Hall of Famer. Maybe, potentially. But they missed out in the postseason. So let's advance forward to see who wins Super Bowl. And in Super Bowl 60, whatever it is, Baltimore finally gets them a Super Bowl over the Seattle Seahawks. 28-21. The Cowboys were out by Seattle in the divisional round. Again, Dak did not make it this year, so interesting to see that. But will Dak retire? Let's find out if Dak retired out of there from the Titans. So the Tennessee Titans, he did not retire. Dak will return for another season. 2030, here we come. All right, the year is 2030. Let's find out where Dak is playing. So we know a lot of these guys are still in the same places that we've seen. We're going to keep going down the line here. See where we see Dak Prescott's name pop up in the 70s. He's in the mid-70s now. He's got to be. He's probably going to lose a starting job soon. He's still out there with the Titans. Kyle Trask has now passed him over there, 75 at Dallas. So Dak still out there with the Titans, 14 years into his career, 36th in the league now. Oh, man, poor guy. But looking at the numbers, what year, did he get another contract? He got another 1-year deal. So they're just locking in 1-year deals with this man right now. So the question is now, is Dak starting out there in Tennessee? Is he starting out there with Tennessee, or is he riding the bench? He's still starting. He's starting over Alan Cox, a rookie, who is, I'm sure, poised to take over Dak's job, maybe not this year, but next year. So this may be the final season Dak Prescott plays in the NFL. Let's see if he can make it one to remember. All right, so as we look at the top teams, we're looking to see if the Titans made it for the AFC, and they did not. Oh, not a good year. 6-10, 301 yards total offense for that team. Not a season you want to see if you're one of those fans right there. The worst team in the league you had out there. Good Lord. So let's see how Dak did in this season. Again, this is I believed it was going to be a transition year for Dak based off the rookie quarterback they had behind him. So Dak Prescott started the whole the whole season, 4,000 yards passing, but the numbers do not speak well for him. Terrible. 74 overall. Let's look at the numbers complete here. You see 75.8 passers rating. If this doesn't spell the end of your career, it's probably nearing very quickly for Dak now here in 2030. Again, 4,000 yards passing, solid, but 15 touchdowns to 20 interceptions. The highest and fewest amount of, the fewest amount of touchdowns he's thrown since the injury he had in 2020. And the most picks he's ever thrown in his entire career. A terrible, terrible season. He had the most rushing, one of the best rushing years he's had since 2016. But Dak with a abysmal season turnover-wise, that very well may be the end to his career. We'll see. And as always, we check in with see who wins the Super Bowl. In 2030, the Bills, 28-21 over Washington. Josh Allen gets himself a Super Bowl victory. Again, a solid quarterback. Happy to see that for him there as we move on. And we're going to look to see if Dak retires or not. Again, we're nearing that point where it's potentially going to happen. Titans, he did not retire. No retiree right there from Dak Prescott. So he stays on. Let's see if they bring him back here or if he walks off to another team and plays a bench role. All right, we're here for 2031. Did they bring him back? Let's go to the roster here. Let's see. Let's go to NFL. Is Dak Prescott still a quarterback in the NFL, ladies and gentlemen? Top quarterback right now, 99 overall, Trevor Lawrence. Then you got Mahomes. Very interesting. Lamar Jackson. You got George Dixon there. Austin Carter. Very intriguing. Where is Dak? He's like 75 overall, right? We're going down the line here. Oh, boy. Oh, is he gone? Did he retire? Did he retire? Did I pass him or did he retire? Oh, man. Out goes Dak, it looks like, boys. Shoot, let's look at it. We need to go look. We need to go see the transaction report here. I think Dak retired. Retirees, NFL. Yeah, I think he did. I think that was it for Dak, man. Wow. So 2030 is where he made it. We look at the legacy leaderboard here for quarterbacks all time. Dak Prescott, ladies and gentlemen, finishes with 5,791. I don't think he's retired yet, is he? Let's see. Is he still in the league playing? He is. He's just a free agent. He didn't get picked up by a squad. He's 69 overall. He dropped a ton. So he didn't retire. It's just after that terrible year at Tennessee, nobody wanted to give him the money. Nobody took a shot on him. So Dak Prescott looks like he's going to retire as a free agent, doing, again, a solid quarterback job throughout his career, but never got his team to a Super Bowl and never accomplished much more else. So we're going to simulate through the next season here. And we're just going to see if Dak Prescott calls it quits or if he gets picked up somewhere and plays a few snaps as a free agent. And in Super Bowl 66, the Eagles defeat the Texans 31-16. But more than anything, we're wanting to see, did Dak Prescott retire? That's the big question mark I have right now. Did Dak at all retire? Because we know he didn't get picked up anywhere. Keeping an eye looking for Dak Prescott's name. And I'll look through this to see if I find him at all. There it is, y'all. After 16 years, Dak Prescott retires from the NFL. Again, the first season he's not playing on a team. He had, again, a solid career for him. For any quarterback, you take a solid career, but he didn't get to accomplish much. Again, he finishes his career currently, let's see, he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12th in legacy from the players that are in Madden with 5,700. Again, looking at his career and everything Dak did, he's he did a solid job. 2030 was his last season playing in the league. 2031 he sat on the bench. So overall for Dak Prescott, a solid thing. I wish did they not have totals to show you like his actual amounts. But looking at it, y'all, we'll look to see what was his best years in his career. 2027 was his best year with passer rating with Dallas, where he had 105.2. His best year passing yard wise was 2019, 4,900 yards through the air. 35 touchdowns his first year and only year in New England. His highest touchdown marks he's ever had in his career. The fewest amount of picks he threw was in 2016, all the way back to his rookie times when he had 4 picks thrown. That ties what he was on pace to be doing out there in this year at Dallas. But Dak Prescott, again, a great career for him. Unfortunately, it never led to awards. It never led to Super Bowl. Heck, he never even made it there, unfortunately for himself. But a solid job done there for Dak. If you want to see more of these career simulations, make sure to let me know down below in the comments section. Drop your feedback. Let me know who's the next player y'all want me to do a career sim for here in Madden 21. Is it another Cowboys player? Is it Zeke? Is it CD? Is it Trevor Lawrence? Who is it? Let me know down below who you would like me to do a career sim for. But y'all, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more of these types of videos here in Madden 21 and also on NBA 2K21. But leave all your feedback and leave your suggestions for video types you would like to see. But Dak Prescott finishes his career out, doesn't win a Super Bowl, doesn't win an MVP. Kind of was a middle of the road quarterback throughout his career after the injury, where we thought it was a launching point, never could get to it. But that's going to be it. But stay safe and well. Have a blessed day. Thank you again for tuning in. We'll see you back here in the next video. Y'all take it easy.